a courageous patriot, a friend in the defense of liberty, Dorinda Randall, is
Hello.
joining me right now. How are you, my friend?
I am great. How are you?
Good. So I hear you would like to be the next chairwoman. Or would it be the first chairwoman for the Republican Party of Texas? Or you like to be the
No,
next? No?
we have had a few. It's
Okay.
just been decades since we have.
Yeah. A little bit before my time as chairman down here in Hidalgo County. Okay, so we got the Republican Party of Texas convention in Houston in
Yes.
June, and
Hmm.
that's where this vote will take place among the faithful in the Republican Party. So, folks who are going to that convention, and we'll figure out who goes to that because we have county conventions taking place this weekend or the following weekend. Everybody's going to figure out who's going to Houston for the RPT convention. And up there, for folks who go and have a vote, have a say in choosing the next leader of the
Right.
Republican Party of Texas. What do you want them to know about you, Dorinda Randall? Who are you?
Well, I am a fighter. I am somebody that loves South Texas. One of the things that I think I'm all day South Texas. Last night I was with the Young Republicans via Zoom, and today I'm with Cameron County and Hidalgo County on training for convention today at 5 o'clock. So I love the passion and the youth actually that is in South Texas. We have more youth involved in South Texas than we do in any other part of the state, and I love that. And but what I want to see in the Republican Party is I want to have pride, communication, and action. I want to see education, but I also want to see more involvement to build more in the Republican Party. And one of the things that I want to do with the youth is I want to bring them to the table. I also want to have youth ambassadors
Mhm.
all over the state. And what they will do is they will help us with showcasing that we have a lot of youth that are active in the Republican Party. So that way more youth get involved in the Republican Party because after Charlie Kirk's assassination, the thing is 83,000 chapters of Turning Point, and it's still growing, have been established across the nation. And we can't let that fizzle out and die. And we've got to make sure that we capitalize on that and we let them know that they have a voice in the RPT. The other thing that I want to do is get our fundraising where it needs to be because we have a lot of programs that I want to do. One of them is a digital newsletter, a digital magazine per se. And one of the things that I'd love to do is the people that want to advertise to Republicans, we can sell ads in this thing. And then also, it's a great way to use it as a training tool for precinct chairs, for county chairs, and for voters to get involved with the Republican Party. And I already do something like this with our newsletter for Grassroots Club, but I want to do it at a grander scale to where we use it as a tool to get people informed as to what we have to offer in the RPT and, help define what is a Republican. We have too many in in the media that define us, and we can't be defined in their definitions. We've got to make sure that we get out in front and we talk about that. The other thing that's, very nerve wracking is the amount of Democrats that were mobilized by Tallarico and Crazy Pants. And so so we've got to make sure that we let people know what a Republican is and why our policies are better for the American people, for Texans. And so that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that our messaging, which it has not been strong, I want to make sure that our messaging is strong. And I want to get the divisiveness out of the party because we need every vote possible. And like we saw in SD9, we have to come together for Republicans because the Democrats are breathing down that door, and the amount of people that came out for the primaries on the Democrat side, we could lose it all, and Texas will be gone if we allow boys to go back into girls' dressing rooms and men to be in girls' spaces. These things can't happen, and we have to stand. And on the House floor in the Texas House, the Democrats argued for 2 hours that squatters should have rights to our property.
Yes.
And so these are
Yes.
things, yeah, it's crazy. And
Mhm.
so, the thing with Virginia, what we saw in Virginia is that when the Democrats campaigned, they said, we will lower taxes. In their first week that they got in power, they put up 50 bills that would give tax increases to Virginians. And we have to make sure that we are showing their record and what they have said they will do after they get in office, and then show them why the Republicans are a better representation for them to fight for them and their families.
Dorinda Randall is running to become the chairwoman of the Republican Party of Texas. This will be decided in Houston as the Republican Party of Texas meets for their state convention come the month of June. Over the next several days, county offices across the state, the Republican offices, they will be choosing their delegations to Houston and to have a vote and have a say. And as you can hear from Dorinda Randall, she brings a head full of steam, ideas on how to engage and put our youth to work, take advantage of the fact that we have thousands of young people that are working to protect liberty, defend liberty, yes, with Turning Point USA chapters, but also some young Republican chapters that are on campuses at universities all across the state of Texas. That is the workforce, Dorinda. If we can get these folks, these young people that to do more than just get titles and become presidents and vice presidents and treasurers and get all these lofty titles at their little youth conventions, actually put them to work
Yes.
the phones, to do some door knocking, help out some of the candidates. And more importantly, at this moment, register people to vote. Engage the
Yes.
churches, engage the businesses, and start putting more names so that we send people to go grab some of those ballots here pretty soon. It's the young people that will be key for us to survive as
Yes.
conservatives in the state of Texas. The website randall4texas.com, Randall for Texas.com. And again, I wish you great success in your
Thank
effort
you.
to get our young Republicans and Turning Point USA and all these college chapters to work, 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 work. They're the
And
sweat
that,
equity of our party.
And that's what they want to do. They don't want to go to a monthly meeting every week. And that's what I had with my club that I had in Plano. And I built it to over 500 members. And I told the ladies, look, we are not a social club. We
Mhm.
are an active club. And that's why that's what they really want, is they want to belong to something that is actually making a difference. And so that's what I want to do with I want to have senior ambassadors as well, that they develop relationships with retirement homes. Why is it that the Democrats do have buses to go take seniors and go vote? Why do we not do that?
Excellent.
So that's
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
want to do. I want to do different things like that. I want to make sure that we equip our county chairs, that we are a true partner with our county chairs. We don't have that right now. And if they feel that they are supported by the RPT, can you imagine how much stronger we would have the counties? And so that is something that I'm passionate about, is making sure that we equip leaders, because the RPT is basically, we run as the headquarters. They are the franchisees. It is up to us to function as a business and have them equipped and for success. And so I'm going to make sure that we are an active organization, that we call people back, that we text people back, we email people back. And it's all about communication. It's all about integrity. It's all about relationships. That's what our organization is all about, is relationships, because the precinct chairs have relationships with their voters. Like you were saying, we are a bottom up party, not a top down. And our precinct chairs are the ones that are more connected to the voters. Then they get to know their county chairs. And then we have the SRECs, which is the State Republican Executive Committee, and they are our board of directors. The leadership answers to them. And so this is a party that belongs to all of us, not like the Democrats. Now we're about to go to convention, and last convention we had 12,000 there. And so we're hoping that we have just as much, if not more, this go round. But that is where you come up with what you want to see in legislation. Then we take that to the legislators, and we partner with them to get those bills over the finish line. So those are some of the things that we need to make sure that we have great relationships with our legislators. And that's what I want to do with the grassroots and others. But I built a club, that club that I was talking about in Plano. I got it to over 500 in members, but it was 40 women were on my board, 40 type A women that are passionate.
Good. Good.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
I was able to get them to
All
go
right.
in the right direction. And so that's what I want to do with the
Yeah,
RPT.
and part of what you would need to solve, and I hope and pray that you are able to grab the steering wheel and aggressively move in a direction towards victory, because there's a lot of work to do to try to push, excuse me for saying it this way, lazy Trump voters. And some of y'all in the business community listening to me right now, you didn't show up to the primary. You voted for Trump. You thought you saved the nation. If you don't get your butt out there and work, you don't get your butt out there to simply vote for all conservatives, all Republicans in November, that's it. We've lost. We lose Congress, we're screwed. We're going to lose a nation. So get your butt out there. You got to vote. And part of the effort for these young Republicans, for these precinct chairs, for these women's groups, for the volunteers that will go door knocking and phone calling and registering to vote. And another thing, work elections. Work
Yes.
elections.
Yes.
Work at the county elections office. Get your butt in there and work the polls as well. We have to fight for our nation, and it's a call to action. And I wish you the best, Dorinda. I know your heart, and I hope that you're able to take the steering wheel and crack the whip. Get all these young people to work, to vote, and to push that vote to the polls. Dorinda Randall, again, randallfortexas.com. That's Dorinda Randall, randallfortexas.com. Go to the website, and she'll be running for chairman of the Republican Party of Texas. Be well, Patriot. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sergio. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You bet.